G'day good people, Sawat Dikap. Dave here. Thanks for clicking on the video. G'day good people, Sawat Dikap. Dave here.
Tom here.
Oh no. G'day good people, Sawat Dikap. I'm not Tom.
And I'm not Dave.
In this video, we're going to talk about our recent epic ride all over Thailand. In the middle of April, in the hottest month of the year, we decided to go for a ride all over Thailand.
Us two 57-year-old bastards that just want to get out there.
I'm 58, young whippersnapper, so... So yeah, if you're interested in... I don't know, maybe picking up a few tips and just learning about the experiences that we had on the trip, watch the video till the end. Now we're going to start off with the highlight of the trip, and I think we both agree what the highlight of the trip was.
My company.
Yeah, of course, my company. But
Songkran.
Yeah. Songkran in Nong Khai. It was absolutely off the charts fun. As you can see in the B-roll that I'll play over the top now, it was an absolute blast.
And even now, like we're 2 months down the track, mention the word Songkran and my face just aches from smiling so much. We had so much fun. Well, I did. I know about
it
you.
Was incredible. Absolutely
was
incredible. Like riding around, and sometimes they'd use ice water, like they'd have buckets of ice, and that was like just cruel. That was sadistic.
It's not really appreciated, but yeah, it was there.
But man, it was fun. It was an absolute blast.
Okay, so why are we doing this video? Why did we go on this big long trip together?
Because we're lunatics.
Yeah, we're lunatics, but that's a given. So Dave's wife Noi, her work involved visiting a couple of events in Nong Khai and one in Krabi a few weeks later. So that gave Dave and I a reason, an excuse for Dave to leave from Bangkok and go to Nong Khai. I live in Chiang Mai, so I left Chiang Mai and we met together up in Nong Khai.
And this is all documented on video as well. We've both done videos. Like I did videos of riding from Bangkok up through the heart of Isan and up to Nong Khai. Did you didn't do one from Chiang Mai, did you?
I did one from Chiang Mai to Nong Khai.
Oh, you did,
because it wasn't that long of a trip.
Yeah.
I did do one. So we spent Nong Khai 3 days there, 4 days there.
Yeah, I think it was 4. That was
loved Songkran, as we said.
That was
big smile on our faces for that one.
Absolutely awesome.
And because Noi's second work event was down in Krabi, the other end of Thailand, we thought, well, why not? We'll make a big trip out of it. And we did. And I suppose there's another reason for it. It's like, why the hell not?
That's it, yeah.
We're retired.
Yeah.
We can do whatever we like, whenever we like.
And all together, the trip all told, well, for me, it would have been more for you. For me, it was a 6,500 kilometre ride around Thailand, and Tom had to ride from Krabi all the way back up to Chiang Mai, so that would have been...
I think I just topped over 7,000.
Yeah, it would have to be over 7,000, so...
That's a long way on a motorbike.
It is.
In the middle of the hot season,
which
then, by the time we all started heading back home, the wet season had started.
Yeah.
So, we got the crossover of the two seasons, but... As you would have seen in one of the videos, that particularly what Dave did, around the Sukhothai, about halfway down, I got really crook.
Yeah.
I think being an old fart is one part of it, but it's just being dehydrated, not used to the long days, the long rides, and it sort of just caught up with me.
Yeah.
I didn't die, obviously, but it slowed me down for a couple of days, and we just fired on.
Yeah, you'll see this clip now of Tom laying dead, like suffering in agony. I'll just run that clip over the top.
And it didn't help. I was wearing all black like I am again today, so that wouldn't have helped.
Yeah, when we got to... I wasn't too bad when we got to Sukhothai. I was Nurse Dave running off to the chemist and everything to get Tom some, I don't know, what was it?
Something for the stomach.
I can't remember, yeah. But yeah, it was a bit...
Just a point, I have seen better nurses, by the way, but it did a good job.
Yeah, I wasn't too bad in Sukhothai. When we got to
Utai
Thani, I was starting to feel a bit second-hand. But by the time we got to Kanchanaburi, I was toast. I was absolutely buggered, and I'm sitting there thinking, why on earth are we doing this in the middle of April?
Because we can and we're idiots.
That's right.
Okay, so we'd obviously spent some time in Sukhothai. I was crook, moved on to Utai Thani. Dave's a little bit second-hand, as he said. Our following destination was Kanchanaburi. Now, I visited Kanchanaburi a few times over the years.
Beautiful place.
Love the place. You won't get better scenery, well, I'll say anywhere, but everywhere around Thailand you can get that beautiful scenery. But just very special, staying on the Kwai Noi River in a floating hotel, literally on the water.
Yeah, it was absolutely bloody beautiful there. It was stunning, but we were just so over it and crook and dehydrated and overheated and everything to appreciate it, but it was a beautiful place.
Yeah, I think we're slowly recovering, but we probably could do it another couple of days there. Yeah. Visiting Kanchanaburi was actually one of my destinations that I really wanted to go to. Apart from the scenery, I knew that it was beautiful there, but it just so happened that we would be there around Anzac Day. Now, if you're an Australian or a Kiwi, you know what Anzac Day is. If you're American, go and watch the videos. Or from anywhere else, really. But it actually holds a strong place in my heart, Anzac Day, for a couple of reasons. Well, one, it's a very patriotic thing to do as an Australian and a Kiwi, to pay respects to our fallen war heroes. And a couple of those fallen war heroes are my grandfather and my great-grandfather on the other side of my family. Unfortunately, I never got to meet both of them, A, because it was such a while ago, and certainly my grandfather, he passed away at a relatively young age, and I think he's in his early 60s, from injuries sustained while fighting at Gallipoli. And the history there, the way I understand it, is that he was on one of the second or the third ship that actually arrived at Gallipoli and stormed the beaches and held those loosely held those fortifications on the beach. And the story was that he did receive a bullet in his back, which didn't kill him, but unfortunately, over 100 years ago, they just didn't have the medical technology to retrieve that bullet. As he got older, he succumbed to lead poisoning and complications from that. So, it couldn't have been good for any soldier. Certainly the ones that passed away, the ones that returned with physical, emotional, psychological injuries that they had to deal with.
And their families as well.
Yeah, and the families, yep. So in a way, it was my tribute to my grandfather and my great-grandfather at the only Australian government-sanctioned event in Thailand. And have a look at the video. I'm actually quite proud of that video, because again, it means a lot to me. But it was a very, very well-held and organised event that, again, I would recommend a lot of people, not just for my purpose, but recommend people watch that video. It gives you some sort of idea and concept of what that day actually means for Australians and New Zealanders.
Yeah,
both in Australia and New Zealand and around the world.
Yeah. So if you want to go and check out that video, Tom's channel is called All Tied Up, and we'll have a link in the description below. In fact, this video is going to be on both our channels. So if you're watching it from my channel, go check out Tom's channel.
And if you're watching it from my channel, go and watch his. What's the name of your channel again?
Sabai in Thai.
That's right.
After the dawn service in Kanchanaburi, we were both feeling really secondhand when we got to Kanchanaburi anyway. We were only going to stay one night, but because we were absolutely knackered and we had to get up at stupid o'clock in the morning for the dawn service.
4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So we decided to stay in the resort. As you can see some of the footage now that'll run it over the top. We decided to stay there for another night and just soak in the beautiful river view and some of the scenery, even though we were too tired. But it was that beautiful. It doesn't matter how bloody tired you were. You could be half dead and you'd still.
It was actually a welcome respite just to stay that extra day, an extra
Yeah.
night, and just chill out.
It was awesome. But so from Kanchanaburi we rode off back to Bangkok, well, north of Bangkok, which is where we are now. Tom's come down so we could film this video all the way from Chiang Mai, so you better bloody watch it and click like and all that stuff.
Yeah, well, I made the effort. You guys can make the effort.
We came back here to Kanchanaburi near Bangkok, and we rested up and licked our wounds for a few days at my place, and then Tom took off down south, because the work trip, the next work trip, my wife's work trip was down in Krabi. So Tom took off a few days early, and then I followed after, and we met up in Phuket. I rode from Hoi Hin all the way to Phuket in one day. I think it was...
See how stupid we get?
It was like 9 hours or something. I just got my head down and rode like the wind. And we met up in Phuket, and the only reason for me personally, wanted to go to Phuket was to get the view of the planes landing at Phuket International Airport. Normally, I've seen videos of them coming in over the sea, and they're literally like meters above your head, and it's spectacular, and I really wanted to experience that. But what I didn't think about was which direction the bloody planes would be travelling in, because I went down to that beach probably 3 or 4 times, and every time they were coming in over land. So that was an epic.
It's all right, mate.
Yeah,
You just have to go back again.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. That was a bit of an epic fail.
Okay, so as Dave just said, we left Bangkok. Well, I left Bangkok earlier. I stopped at a couple of idyllic locations on the west coast, heading south down towards our destination, which was Krabi, eventually. But as I left towards Phuket, I stopped at, I can't remember the places now, I stopped at a couple of little places along the way where literally there were just cabins on the beachfront with the Andaman Sea right in front of me. Like, it's just beautiful. There's just those typical, idyllic palm trees on the beach in a bungalow.
South of Thailand, you can't beat it.
Just fantastic.
Gorgeous down there.
So I did take a couple of days at my own leisure to do that sort of thing. Met up with Dave in Phuket. We stayed there for 2 days, was it? No, 4 days.
No, 4 days.
4 days, yeah. And the day we left, the weather gods were...
Mai Khao Beach, I think it was called.
Mai Khao Beach?
Yeah,
Mai Khao Hotel. And as we were leaving, the weather gods were... I think they were having a bit of a joke on us, but we packed up, left... On the way down to Krabi.
10 minutes into the ride.
10 minutes in and it bucketed down. So it was our excuse. I think we've both got a video on that, haven't we? Or I've got a video on it. Anyway, have a look at that one.
The coffee shop. We stopped at the coffee shop until it stopped raining.
Yeah, that's right. So we stopped at a coffee shop about 10 minutes into our ride. It was pissing down with rain. So we waited for that to pass, jumped on the bikes, and it was actually a very nice ride down towards Krabi.
Beautiful, through Ao Nang,
yeah,
and then into Krabi.
So we crossed over the bridge from Phuket to the mainland.
Yeah, first time I've ever done that.
Yep. So followed that down, and the scenery is just brilliant. Like
the cliffs, like just sprouting out in the middle of nowhere, and everything was so green. Cause like wet season had started as well, and it did rain a lot when we were down there.
Yeah, over every hill, turn every corner, just picture postcard sort of stuff.
Literally,
like you see it on other people's YouTubes and documentaries and that sort of stuff, but we were actually riding through it.
Yeah,
just fantastic stuff. And then when did we stop in Ao Nang Beach in Krabi?
Yeah. At the, what was the name of the Apple a Day Hotel? It was a weird ass name for a hotel, but it was nice.
I still haven't researched why they call it that, but anyway. Really nice hotel, really nice. And we had quite a few nice days down there.
Yeah, how long? We were there 4 or 5 days, I think.
Another 4 days, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 3 days. 4 days, 3 nights. I actually stayed on an extra night.
yeah, you stayed on when I headed back, yeah.
So, Dave, what do you reckon about Krabi?
Well, without a doubt, I would say that Krabi, I think personally, is the most beautiful province that I've seen so far in Thailand. But having said that, I would like to see more of Ao Nang and spend a lot more time in Ao Nang. Now, Kanchanaburi was, again, that was beautiful, but I think for me, and like loving the beach and loving the south of Thailand anyway, I think Krabi pips it for me for the most beautiful province in Thailand.
Yeah,
that's a big statement.
Yeah, it is, and it's a little bit of a conundrum, really, because how many beautiful sites have you seen since you've been living here or visiting here over the years?
It's everywhere. You don't have to go far. I mean, like here, it's at a sort of like an urban area on the outskirts of Bangkok, but I can get on my bike and ride like 10, 15, 20 minutes up the road there, and you've got beautiful rice fields, endless oceans of rice fields. It's just natural beauty. And
this time
everywhere.
of year, it's just
mate,
billion shades of green.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic.
Yeah, everything's so lush and green. I love this time of year, the rainy season in Thailand. Yeah. And also, it's a good time to ride. Like when it's overcast, you don't have to worry about getting sunburn or anything like that. When it's overcast and you're looking up and you can tell it's not going to rain, there's no rain in it, so you know there's no rain in it, and it just makes it such beautiful.
But even if it does rain a little bit, that little bit of dampness on you,
it's welcome.
It's actually welcome. It actually cools you down. It's really nice.
You know, you might get a quick shower for 5 minutes and it cools you down. So.
And I think there's a little bit of a misconception with some people that the wet season in Thailand,
they avoid it like the plague.
Yeah, don't come.
No.
But like it's a beautiful day today. Yeah. It's a little bit overcast.
Yeah.
We've got a breeze. We're sitting on the canal here, but
you know it's a bit of a lottery. Yeah.
It's humid. Yeah. But it's a nice day.
But it is. It's a bit of a lottery, really. I mean, most of the time, well, here in Bangkok anyway, or near Bangkok, you might get a bit of rain in the evening and it cools everything down. You know, it might rain for 30 minutes. Then you might get unlucky and it might rain all day. And in real severe cases, it might rain for 2 days solid and you end up with floods. But usually in the wet season, it rains and it rains bloody hard for maybe an hour, and then that's it. It moves on elsewhere.
Yeah, like I said, I think the misconception is with some people is that the wet season means it's raining all the time.
Yeah, and people avoid it like the plague. It's not.
Like that.
No, it's not like that at all.
And it is low season, so if you're on a tighter budget, this is probably one of the better times of year to come.
Exactly, definitely.
Plenty of accommodation. All the services and events and everything is still here, but you're not spending as much money.
Honestly, I think wet season is the perfect time to travel in Thailand because it's like the overcast. You don't have to worry about the sun and getting burnt to a cinder on a motorcycle. So,
yeah, I have a slightly different twist on that. The mountains in Chiang Mai in the cooler months from November through to January. Pristine, perfect.
Yeah.
Cooler weather up in the mountains if you want to escape a bit of heat during the day.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
If you're not too fussed, you can just ride through the mountains, and especially after it's been raining, the smells of the rainforest.
Yeah, everything. It just freshens everything up.
Clean, crisp air.
Yeah.
On your motorbike, riding through the mountains, just fantastic.
Yeah. Heaven on earth. Absolutely beautiful. Like when we rode up to Pai, and we forgot to mention that too.
Pai, yes.
When we rode from Chiang Mai, like we finished in Nong Khai, rode to Chiang Mai, stayed at your place for a few days, then we rode up to Pai. That was a spectacular ride up there.
That was,
Pai,
even though it was a hotter part of the year, you'd agree that it was a little bit cooler.
It was cooler. It was definitely cooler. Yeah.
So we spoke about Nong Khai being the highlight of our trip.
Yeah.
Which was actually really the beginning of the trip. But then
there's so many other highlights.
All the little highlights in between. Kanchanaburi. A low light of getting sick, but that's another story. But Krabi, again, I agree with you. So far, I mean, for me, it's a bit of a toss-up between Krabi and Chiang Mai at the moment. But Krabi, you can't beat it. The beaches, islands, like
how do you say it? Rayleigh Beach. Rayleigh Beach. Yeah, like we went on a long tail. No, it wasn't a long tail. Yeah, it was a long tail. Yeah, we went on a long tail boat trip.
That was fun. Have a look at our videos on
Yeah.
those ones, because it was actually a very, very good day.
Yeah.
We escaped the storms, it rained,
Bucketed down.
the sun came out again, but we're on these beautiful islands, sandy, on these
white,
beautiful
pristine
sandbanks
beaches,
on the joining the islands. Just fantastic. And again, low season, it wasn't very busy.
Yeah.
There weren't thousands of boats out there, it was half a dozen maybe.
Yeah.
One of the beautiful things about some of those trips is that you can almost tailor the islands that you go to.
Yeah.
Because we actually got stuck in that storm, but we were staying on that island for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I think we missed out on one island,
Yeah.
but it was still a fantastic day.
Well, that's right. I mean, like, even though it rained, we were absolutely soaking wet through because we'd been snorkeling anyway. And
Didn't
the
make
fact
any
that it
difference.
raining, it just didn't matter. And man, it rained. But it didn't rain long. It was only, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes or something. And then,
But half an hour later, we're on Rayleigh Beach.
yeah, half an hour later, like, the sun was shining. It was like...
You wouldn't
would
know
not
it was a
think-
rainy season.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it was raining like a big-ass storm like that, like 20 minutes beforehand. And then all
And
of a
again,
sudden...
being the low season, it wasn't crowded. There was plenty of people there,
Yeah.
but it wasn't crowded.
Mm.
And just picture perfect with the
Yeah.
limestone cast cliffs,
Yeah.
white sandy beaches.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Just fantastic.
Like I've heard a lot about Rayleigh Beach, like, you know, on YouTube, people doing videos, and you look at it and think, oh yeah, that looks alright. But when you're actually there and you go there and you see it yourself, it's like, wow,
Yeah.
just wow.
Sometimes I'm a little bit reticent about those heavily touristed places.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't want to be one of the millions that go
Yeah,
there, but
yeah.
to be honest with you, you do. You do
You
want to
do.
be there.
You got to see it. I mean, even though it's like a tourist area, and I myself as well, I like to avoid tourist areas, but you've
It's
got
worth
to go
going.
and see them.
It's worth going at least
yeah.
once.
Okay, so it's a different day. A couple of days later, we ran out of time. We're finishing the video off now. So yes, Krabi was beautiful, as we mentioned before. I left Krabi, or Noi and I left Krabi. Noi flew back. I rode back. I rode to Cha'am, stayed there for a night, and then rode all the way back to Bangkok. And Tom left. You stayed on a day, didn't you?
Yeah, I stayed on an extra day. Again, just to chill out and mellow out, because I had that long trip from Krabi
Yeah.
all the way back to Chiang Mai, which was, I don't know, another 1,300
And
kilometres.
you got your family coming over as well, and you want to take them, so you just wanted to check stuff out too.
Yeah, I just want to check out a few places, take the family when they come over soon, actually, next 4 or 5 weeks. And it just gave me the opportunity just to sort of plan my route back, because it was a long trip back. So just where I was going to stop and stay along the way.
Yeah.
Was there anything else that I was going to look at along the way, which I did have a couple of videos for that, so you can go back and watch those. No, I actually rode to Rayong and stayed a night there.
Oh yeah.
And then I
Got on with it.
Well, I did have to replace the chain and sprockets on my bike, because the chain had just stretched too far and worn out the sprockets. So I stopped in Hua Hin,
Yeah.
and it was a hot day, but they replaced my sprockets and chain within an hour. So once I'd had my chain and sprockets replaced in Hua Hin at Big Wing, very good, I then rode on to Ratchaburi and stayed there for the night. And basically, I stopped one more night after that, but it was just powering on. I was actually keen to get home after
Yeah.
such a long trip.
Yeah.
But again, I think it was... I do like riding by myself.
Yeah, I do.
And, you know, there are advantages to that, as we've spoken about,
Yeah.
that you make up your mind, you do what you want to do, when you want to do it, without necessarily having to consult or consider anybody else in that process.
Yeah, there's advantages and disadvantages. Like you ride on your own, and you get in the zone, do whatever, stop wherever. But the disadvantages is you no one to share that experience with, and that's a good thing about riding with other people, with another person or other people.
And you can bounce off each other.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
do you want to go
that's
here or
right.
do you want to go there? Well,
Yeah.
you know, you make up
Yeah.
your mind and make a decision there.
And whereas riding on your own, you just think, I want to go there, and you just go there. You know,
There's pros and cons.
There's
but,
pros and cons. Yeah.
I mean, for what everybody says about you, I think you're still a good bloke. So it's good to share with you, mate.
All right. So now let's talk about actually riding a motorcycle long distance in Thailand. Things that you don't need to bring. Like, I'm guilty of that, bringing too much stuff with me.
Yeah.
And things that you must bring. And the first thing that comes to mind for me is good old zip ties, cable ties.
Yeah.
They always come in handy for something, and they did. We parked out the front of a 7-Eleven, and there was a 7-Eleven delivery guy on his motorbike. I don't know how he didn't see it happen. I just heard my bike go clunk. He ran into it and broke the handguard, so I zip-tied that on. Otherwise, it just would have been flapping around. So anyway, after we beat this guy to a pulp for knocking... No, he didn't bother with him. I just said, don't worry about it, man. They're working hard, those kids, young kids.
It happens.
And, for a few bucks for a bloody handguard, I wasn't worried about it.
I think you can't bring. Well, you can bring too many clothes with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
I did. Way
yeah,
too
like
many.
5 or 6 days worth at the most, I reckon.
Absolute most.
Because
yeah.
you can get your laundry done anywhere, whether it be at a laundromat or one of those shops that people run from their houses and do your laundry for you. You get it the next day, the next morning, or in some cases you can get it the same day.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, and you can... When you're riding all day, there's no need to put on bloody fresh clothes and everything. Well, I don't. I'm a pig, and Tom's pretty much the same as well. If you're riding all day, you just wear the same bloody t-shirt to ride in for a few days.
You only change your clothes when other people complain about you.
Yeah. The only person you're going to offend is the guy who's riding behind. So But other things is, I would not advise, if you're not experienced at riding a bike in your own country, don't learn to do so in Thailand.
No.
I mean even if you are experienced in your own country, you've got to get used to the way the roads work here, the way people drive here. To start with, it might seem like absolute chaos, but well, it's organised chaos, but it's a system that does actually work. And you have to get used to riding the same way. You've got to adapt to the Thai way of riding and driving.
And I think, it's probably standard good advice anyway to, expect the unexpected. But in Thailand, it's not so unexpected. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
People pulling out onto the highway at low speeds, not even looking. Crossing 4 lanes of traffic in a
trying to do a U-turn from the left-hand lane, and you're cutting across. People just do stupid shit all the time, and you got to expect it and be looking for it.
Yeah, you really do need eight pair of eyes to cope with that.
And if you're not 100%, if you're not feeling 100%, the best thing to do is just stop. Stay, lick your wounds,
which we
until
did.
You feel better.
I can't remember the name of that place that we stopped at, but we stopped and we were having a rest. I was crook, still dehydrated and getting over that. So we stopped and
Utaitani.
Stopped and refueled ourselves and hydrated.
Yeah,
but we did.
We
were sitting down and looking across the road, and these guys are building the footings for a house.
Oh, yeah, that was a definite highlight.
Stinking hot. As we said earlier, it was the middle of April.
Yeah.
Stinking hot, which was why I was not feeling too good. And these poor guys, is there 5 or 6 of them out there?
Yeah, they were busting their asses, they were, seriously. And we were watching them, sitting there drinking our cool drinks, watching these guys work, Love a bit of hard work, could watch it all day sort of thing. But then Tom said, we're going to ask them if they want a drink. So we both walked over there and asked them if they wanted a drink, and they said, yeah, no problem. So we bought them iced coffees.
Yeah.
I'll put the B-roll over now, but Yeah,
but 40 baht each or something they were, and it's like it
Next to
cost us
nothing.
like $5 or $6.
I don't think
$5 or
it's even
$6.
that.
And I might just say that cost us 100 baht for 5 iced coffees, the equivalent of $4.50.
Bargain. Gotta love Thailand, eh?
Yeah.
They were so happy with that. They were over the moon and really thankful and everything, and
I mean, it does
made
give
us
you-
feel good too.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, not that you're seeking it, but it just does make you feel good
Yeah.
knowing that you've
Yeah,
that you've helped someone out, whether it be here in Thailand or Australia or
Wherever,
US or
yeah.
wherever.
Do-
Just doing something a little good for
Yeah.
somebody else. It makes them feel good,
Yeah.
obviously, but it's just knowing that you're contributing, and I suppose us as Farings, we're not taking whatever we can from the country,
that's
just
it.
give a little bit back because
Yeah.
we can.
and if you can be a decent person to local Thai people, it helps. I don't know, because some people come here and they just behave like absolute dickheads. So if you can, you come here and you be nice and you be respectful and kind and do that sort of thing for people, I think it helps the image of foreigners here. So anyway.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of sayings to go along with that. You get what you give, and
Yeah.
treat others the way you'd like to be treated yourself, and that sort of thing. And it is just, it's a small thing comparatively to our big trip,
Yeah.
but it's something that we've
But
remembered.
that's
It
going to
means
be
something.
implanted in my brain for the rest of my days for some reason. I don't know why, but it was just a nice thing to do. Really, and it's this bloke, his idea, not mine.
Oh, because I'm an angel.
He's a
yeah.
nice bloke, isn't he, eh?
I mean, a lot of people, despite my reputation as being an arsehole, I do good things every now and then.
He's an arsehole. Huh?
And I think it might vary between different riders and where you're going and what level of
What sort of place you stay
accommodation
in?
you want to stay at, what you're happy with, what you're not. I feel that on the road, when you're travelling from A to B, yes, it's the journey, but obviously your destination if you're going to be staying there for a
Yeah.
week or whatever. But along the way, and I find it more so in Thailand, that there are just so many places to stay, like so many accommodation types and locations, whether you want to be by a river or an ocean or whatever the case may be. But
There's
I
beautiful
think,
little places all over this country. The
Everywhere.
options are endless.
I mean, you can
Seriously.
stay at a 300 or 400 baht a night little motel room on the side of the highway. Nothing wrong with that. As long as you've got a place to sleep,
Roof
have a
over your
shower,
head, air conditioner,
toilet,
yeah.
and away you go the next day. But I think if you want a little bit higher quality,
Then you're gonna
better
pay for it,
location,
yeah.
then you pay a little bit more. I think on average it was around about 1,000 baht a day for
Yeah,
accommodation.
yeah. We did splurge here and there, like Kanchanaburi, when we were
Yeah,
both
yeah.
tired. And,
Yeah. But I think for fuel, maybe 400 or 500 baht a day,
Yeah.
depending on how far you travel.
On a ride day, when you know,
Yeah.
on a travel day, when you actually are
Yeah.
travelling,
And then food, drinks, another 300-400 baht a day.
Yeah,
So, around about that 1,500 to 1,800 baht per day when you're on the road riding from, one place to another.
probably
That would be-
$2,000. Probably say 2,000.
Yeah, if you round it up
baht
to
a
2
day.
grand, yeah. Yeah.
on average.
Which, when you convert that to Australian money, that's like $90 a
Next to
day.
nothing, Yeah,
$90 a day just to travel the country.
Yeah.
And we're not slumming it.
Yeah.
We're certainly not living it up.
and you got all these
Sort of.
YouTubers coming out saying, "Oh, Thailand's finished. It's too expensive," and all that sort of stuff. It's like utter bullshit.
But
It's just
it's-
the thing that's in vogue in the moment on YouTube. I won't mention the names, but yeah.
It's all relative,
It's
though.
still cheap.
Like, what was your living standards from the country that you're coming from? What were your expectations when you got to Thailand? And what are you prepared to, what level of lifestyle are you looking for? If you want to live cheaply, you can live cheaply. No doubt
Certainly
about
can,
it.
yeah.
If you want to live the high life, you can do that. I stayed in Hua Hin at $500 a night, Australian dollars per night for a couple of nights. Like, it was really good, but it was about
Over the top.
it was about $450 a night more than what I really needed. But it was just an experience to say that I'd done that sort of thing. So you can get that ultra 5-star
Yeah.
accommodation and services and food
Depends
and
on
all the
your
rest of
budget.
it.
Depends on your budget, how you
Yeah.
what sort of place you want to stay in. And it is nice to stay in a place like with a swimming pool and all that sort of stuff when you've been riding all day.
But
you
even
don't
we
need
said we
it.
splurged a little bit in Kanchanaburi.
Yeah,
$120 a night
something like that.
to stay in a hotel
Floating.
on the
Yeah.
river, like by any standards, any Western standards anyway. That's just fantastic.
You
But
couldn't
by
do
Thai
that.
standards, it's up on that high end.
To do
so-
that sort of thing in Australia, just it'd cost you easy 3-4 times more.
Yeah.
So these people that say Thailand isn't cheap anymore are full of poo poo. So yeah,
Yeah, so it's not very expensive to go on a
No.
bike trip that we've done from north to south, east to west,
Yeah.
wherever you're going. And there are cheaper areas, there are more expensive areas, but you can choose. You can choose what you actually
and
want to do.
just to talk about don't when you are riding and you packing your bloody boxes and everything about bringing too much. There are a few things that I would advise to bring. Obviously zip ties, but basic tools. Just bring some basic tools. Tyre repair kit. Like both our bikes are tubeless, so they're easy to fix with a repair kit if need be. That's happened to me down in Kanchanaburi. Had to fix a flat down there. If you got tubes, it's a major hassle, like fixing a tube tyre, because you got to take the bloody thing off the bike and get your tyre irons out, and it's just a nightmare.
But also, having said that, there are plenty of
depending on where you are.
little shop mechanics in just about every town. So
Yeah.
you could patch it up and make way, make do
Yeah.
until you get to a bigger place. if
You
need
could
be.
go into like a little. If you're in a populated area, there's bound to be a motorcycle place that'll fix tyres within 100 metres of where you are. But if you're out in a rural area, like riding across the top of Pittanalot like we were, and you got a flat tyre out there,
Yeah.
you ain't going to find
It'll
anyone
cost you a
to
little
fix
bit
it.
more because you're going to have to run on that flat tyre and you're
Yeah,
going to have to
and you-
replace it.
The tyre's going to be cactus, yeah. So, I think that's about it, isn't it?
I think that's about it, mate. Yeah.
All right. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, here's Tom. His
And
channel.
here's Dave.
His channel is all tied up. Go check it out if you're watching from my channel. And if
Sabai in Thai.
if you're on his channel, check me out. Come on, bugger him. Don't worry about him. Come check my channel out.
No, you got more subscribers than me.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Bye for now. Peace.